To follow up on something from the last meeting, hopefully with Wayne, feel free to jump in, that didn't make it on the agenda, but hopefully you did get information in your mailboxes regarding a requested abandonment of a drainage easement that is over by the CNS High School. If you'd like to proceed with that easement abandonment, a resolution has been prepared for you. It is subject to permissive referendum. I've asked the Star News to hold space for public notice of that, should you choose to go forward, so it can hopefully appear in this week's edition. And there will be a sample referendum petition on file in Tracy's office if you decide to go forward. With regard to the merits of why not you should abandon the easement as requested, I'll turn it over to Wayne.
Wayne, does that include the Dixon property?
Yes, it does, Ken. It's, excuse me, we got, you talked to Mr. Dixon about the small parcel he had. This is a continuation of that parcel that runs northwest towards Route 31.
Towards the power lines.
It isn't the power lines, but it's another drainage easement. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, apparently it wasn't an easement at one time, but then when Mystic Woods was developed, it was abandoned, and it's not used as an easement, a drainage easement anymore. I mean, there's no pipes in it or anything, so it's useless now.
Doesn't go anywhere.
No.
And just for the public's information too, the main parcel that the easement transverses is 6068 Route 31. It continues through, I believe, or appears to continue through 2 lots in Mystic Woods, and then through what they were just talking, the Dixon property, which I guess is adjacent to.
Yeah, that's a small parcel.
The small parcel. And that the request has been made by the current owners of the large parcel 6068 Route 31.
And Mr. Dixon.
And Mr. Dixon, correct.
Any questions?
I have a question. So if we abandon the easement for the water drainage, and this is part of the parcel that the school wants to purchase?
I think so, yes. I haven't been involved in that, but I think it is the same parcel.
That's one of them. The Dixon property is adjacent to it.
All right, so are they going to put in drainage for this is proposed parking lot, the extension parking?
I mean, I would assume that whatever they do to that site will have to comply with seeker, and addressing drainage issues would be a part of that. As far as whether the site as it presently exists needs that drainage easement, it's my understanding from Wayne that it doesn't, because drainage in that general area was corrected with the Mystic Woods subdivision. That's correct. Is that a correct statement?
All right, what I'm a little concerned with is that now we're going to put down blacktop and it's not going to soak in, and
that if that property is developed by the school district, I would say that would be their responsibility to correct. And if it appears before our planning board, I would be pretty sure that our planning board would take a hard look at that.
I think any logic design for that would include drainage. I mean, it's going to be a parking lot.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, but it's well over an acre, so any disturbance would require a speedies permit too, right?
Yes, it would. Yeah, it's a 4-acre parcel.
And I don't know if the current parking lot has drainage that goes into the sewer.
I'm not sure where it goes to the trailer. It has drainage, it must have drainage, but I'm not sure which way it flows. It may go back into the swamp. I doubt if it comes out into the 31. Because that was built before the current regulations went into effect that you have to keep your stormwater on site in a retention basin. So I don't know where that drainage goes currently from the big lot.
Well, okay, I'm just, I'm a little...
I mean, where the easement is now that we're asking to be abandoned, I doubt very much that it would be, it would be the owner's responsibility for that parcel. The town isn't going to use it anymore for our drainage. and anything that the developer or whoever purchased the property, they would come up with their own design and do it differently. I'm sure they wouldn't use that easement.
And not affect those people whose properties,
No.
back up to there, because there's a couple of people that I've talked to on that curve where the, where all the,
Diffin?
pardon me?
On Diffin or
Yeah.
Parker House?
On Diffin,
Okay.
who are concerned with what's gonna happen in regards to their property and about the drainage. They specifically were worried about whatever's happening over there would affect drainage coming on their property.
Sure. Maybe I can clear it by showing this.
The swale used to start at Thompson Road where the road is now. And then when the road was put in,
Yeah.
then why they didn't abandon it back then is beyond
Here's the
me.
easement that we're asking you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the easement, the drainage easement. That currently serves Misfit Woods.
Okay.
Okay, so this is still being used. This is, as a matter of fact, when this was built, this portion was abandoned already. Legally or not, I don't know. This is the small portion here on the Dixon parcel,
Mhm.
and this is the other portion that we're asking you to do.
Okay, so this. It's either this guy or this guy. I think it's this person right here who's been talking to me about, is it gonna affect his property? It doesn't look like it, because it's not that close. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Anybody else, any questions? I'll make a motion to abandon the drainage easement located 6068 Route 31, subject to permissive referendum and the language set forth in Heather's letter.
And could your motion also include the Dixon property?
It does, it does.
It does?
Yes. And I apologize to the board that the complete legal description wasn't included, but I didn't get it until late Friday afternoon. It does include all of the parcels, and it will be included in full in the minutes. It just wasn't able to be presented
It
to you for
basically
this
starts
evening.
with the Dixon property and proceeds west.
Essentially,
Yeah.
northwest, essentially, yeah.
You make a motion to?
Yep.
Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.